Okay, I think it's August 24th, 23rd, 24th, and I thought I'd do an update because I've really been doing a lot out here and making a lot of changes. The empty space here is where I harvested the last of the 15 Butter Crunch lettuces for the restaurant. They were really happy. And in the zucchini, I was able to get a total of 7 pounds of zucchini out of that plant, and the Swiss chard is still going to seed. I don't know how much longer I'm going to let it do that. I could harvest seed from there, I guess, if I knew how. I can always teach myself. But this zucchini is almost done. There's a couple in there, but it's really slowed down. I think I'm only seeing 3, maybe 4. Pumpkins are doing really good. I want to get out of the shadow. There's 1, 2, 3. There's a third one, and then there's one that's still green underneath there. They're doing good, but I cut off. He used to go completely out there, and I cut that off and to give more power into the ripening of the fruit. And these bush beans that weren't bush beans but are pole beans are going like crazy. Look at that. It's just going crazy. Let's see if I can stuff that through. There we go. And it's going to have beans on it. And they're growing really good, and I guess they are a really good fall crop. So that's interesting for me because I never thought about planting beans in the fall. I've always thought about just doing them in the summer, you know. That was always my thought, but I'm learning something new. Over here in that corner, that's where the lily was. And the lily was a harbinger of snails and slugs. So I got that thing out, and I got to tell you, don't ever grow a calla lily. That thing is like the worst thing to try to get out of the ground I have ever dug. If you've ever played with seaweed that's beached and it has this big root wad on the bottom of it and it's almost like concrete, that's what the root wad on a calla lily is like. It's horrible. So I dug a deep hole, and then I laid double layers of cardboard down to try to prevent it from coming back, but I know it will. And then I put like 10 gallons of topsoil on the top of that, and I'm going to plant peas here. And the other, get out of here, the other beans are doing really good. This whole side right here has been producing really, really well, and I'm really happy about that. And I'm still going to be in the shadow, and I don't like that. And the leeks and the garlic are doing really good. The bok choy, here's the bok choy that I got from George. It's doing really well too. I am really pleased with it. I do have a little bit of chewing from some kind of a creature, but it was probably the slugs and the snails that was in that doggone calla lily. But this, I'm going to go over here, and we'll go over this direction. Crunch, crunch. The tunnel that has the lettuces in it is doing really well. And some of these are spinach, I just discovered. They're a big leaf spinach. That one over there is a kohlrabi. And the white fly, the white butterfly moth has found it. So I got some spray, organic spray, and I sprayed it on the ones in the front in the tub, and then we'll see how it does. Lettuces in here are doing phenomenal, growing really well, which is good because I need them to be ready in about 2 or 3 weeks for the restaurant again. And then as soon as these get a little bit more ripe, a little more settled down, and some of the foliage start dying, I'm going to cut all this back and take this hoop out of here and let those lettuces grow. But I see all my carnage from the pumpkin. But I have in here, I have more of the Butter Crunch lettuce and some collards. And I have a couple, you can see those over there of the, I can't see it in my camera, but I know they're there. Zucchini. And the zucchini are going to be in a tub down there on the floor. And I'm hoping I can get another plant of zucchini growing during the season, because I still have 2 weeks, no, a week of August, 2 weeks of September, 4 weeks of 4, 8, 9, about 9 weeks of growing season left before our first frost. So as long as I can keep them warm, that's good. Oh, okay. So then we go with Nothing is happening over here. Still, we got the burdock and some peppers that got too much water. And my cardboard I'm stacking up so I can cover everything up back there. And Louis is going to take this tree. We were talking about it, and I don't want to cut it down, but I need to do something with this. So he's going to take his chainsaw. He's going to limb it. I'll get the ladder, and I'll take my hedge trimmer, and we'll get this puppy all trimmed down like a Dr. Seuss tree. That'll work good. But all the cardboard is here. Going to get it layered and getting ready for soil. I got to call Dave Titus. He's told me he would haul sand and topsoil for me, which is going to be a blessing because I do not tow things well. So all of this is going to be covered in cardboard, clear out to about here. So from there to here, excuse me, and all the way down here, it's a rotten board I'm just going to cover over. And down here, I know it looks kind of hokey and country. I just took some black plastic bags and stapled it up on the lattice work and anywhere that it would have holes that the sand would go through. Nobody's going to see that because it's going to be buried in sand, but it's going to keep my bed level for here coming onto the main walkway and making these beds. So now I've got my tape measure out. It's up there on the railing, and I'm going to start planning all my boxes for, you know, keeping the weeds down. Now I'm going to do the planning. Ooh, I got to staple that again. And see how many raised beds here. I think I want to see if I can do 10-foot by 4-foot beds. And see how many 10 by 4s I can do all the way down. And then get that all filled in. It's going to be a lot of sand. I should probably just call the dump truck and have the dump truck dump a load right outside the fence, and that way it's over and done with. And then with the topsoil, it's, you know what he delivers, it's not really topsoil. It's kind of like a mulch type stuff. It does not grow things well. So because of that, I've got another 2 or 3, 4 bags in the greenhouse of this stuff, and I have found this stuff to be amazing. This is really good. You can smell the manure in it. It smells so pungent and so wonderful. So I'm gonna put a couple, 2-3 bags of these per bed, plus some loam and some slow release fertilizer to keep that icky bark soil dust stuff from, just kind of make it more rich and grow things, because it literally won't grow. All right, I'm talking too much. Over here, I have this wild plant. It grows way back over there. It grows wild. It has red flowers on it, and that's kind of pretty and everything, but it really does just take over, and it took over this entire corner. So I was like walking around it. I had like this much space to walk in between it to get around. So I dug that puppy out, and you know what? That was that hard. Digging that stupid calla lily out of there was like way hard. Here, I was just clipping it back, just clip, thinking, oh, I'm going to have to clip it off. Then I'm going to have to shovel it. Well, I started pulling it, and it came out like I was digging potatoes. I mean, it just pulled right out. So that was good. And then I dug up a root ball, and I threw the root ball away. I put it all on a tarp right there. And then I dragged the tarp out to the burn pile out there, and it's all gone. And this is filled in with 25 gallons of the soil that I took out of the potato bin that was out there. So why not use that soil? It's not wonderful. It does have steer manure in it, and it does have straw in it, which is okay, but it does need this soil in it. So a couple of these bags are going to go through here and around the corner, and I have peas soaking, and I have what else did I do? Oh, radishes. And I did another winter crop too that I can't remember what it is, but there's a third one. Just a few seeds just to get things going, because the things that are going in the greenhouse, they're going to be planted out here and getting the bed started here. And then just getting the other beds just started, but having plantings out there, and then having plantings that need to grow up on the fence line here that's going to complete my winter garden and give me something to look at other than just dumb weed-like flowers. I'm so glad to have that gone. That was a big project. So today I've been in the yard since about 11:30, got up at 6 and came out and sat at the picnic table at about 7, had coffee and did some reading and listened to the meeting. And then today was the Sunday program, morning program, so I listened to that and then just came out here and started working. But this is my menagerie. I wanted to be able to remember this mess in the summertime, or in the wintertime, I mean, and just know where all of this started, because I'm hoping very soon, in the next couple weeks, all of this is going to be fixed and done, and it's going to look really great. Okay, it's 10:47. I am done talking.